Santa, I'm so glad you're back. It's been so busy around here that we haven't had a chance to catch up. Our Christmas party, right after you got back, really went well again this year. I just love watching all the elves and the helpers have such a good time. They certainly deserve it and earn it for sure.
It's so good to be back and see you and know that nothing bad can ever happen here while you're back in charge.
Oh,
We're
thank you,
such a
Santa.
solid, jolly good team.
Thank you, Santa. Yes, we are. So, I want to hear all about your adventures. What happened out there?
Overall, it went well, but there was a little turbulence on the flight.
Turbulence? You had some bumps on the flight? What happened?
Well, the usual.
Yeah?
When you're flying around the world, there's always something. You
Oh,
know, when I headed down to Norway this time, we ran into such a sudden windstorm that we couldn't get through. And it blew us south to Poland before it settled down.
what? So, Santa, did the kids in Norway not get their presents? Weren't you anxious and worried?
No, no. I learned to just shift in another direction when I can't get through a rough patch. I learned a while back not to fight the storms, but to turn from the headwinds and make them a tailwind,
Ooh,
and then use the power to deliver gifts more quickly, just in a different order.
oh,
This time, I filled the Polish stockings first, then the wind reversed, and I got back to Norway in a snap.
oh.
We wound up ahead of schedule for Denmark and Germany.
Wow! And that shifting is a good life lesson, too. You know, when we get frustrated here at the workshop, we shift focus too, and we just go and do something else. That gives us room to build a better attitude, and then we're ready to get everything else done. Well, Santa, while you were gone, there's some letters that came in, and who better than you to give some answers? Are you ready to hear the letters?
Sure, of course. Always have time for the letters. Love the letters. What do they say?
Well, the first one is from little Billy in Ohio, and he says, it is sad, but he says he's lost a lot of people in his life over the last few years, and Christmas just isn't the same anymore. What would you say to little Billy?
I know houses like his. When I fly over towns, I see bright, happy houses, all beautifully decorated, sparkling in lights. And then there's others, sad houses, mostly dark, with maybe one lonely light in one window. That's how Billy feels, dark and alone. But the saddest thing I see are people who isolate themselves.
Oh,
They think they can't reach out to people, but they can. They forget the magic of Christmas is in reaching out to others. Making someone else feel good helps you feel good. Give someone a call or go visit. Give them a cup of hot chocolate. I'm telling you,
ooh,
there's a warm, sweet magic in that brew.
yes. I love that. Sharing with others, that's such a helpful observation. Here's another letter from Samantha in England. She says, I was invited to a party and I want to go, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be dressed okay. I don't know what to say to people I've never met before, and definitely I don't want to embarrass myself. That's the worst thing possible. So I'm thinking I might just stay home. What would you say to her, Santa?
I did see that one before I
You
left.
did?
So I put a note in Samantha's stocking telling her,
Oh,
Samantha, you can go to the party. Just try to smile and show some joy. People will remember that much more than what you wear. Always remember that you are probably not the only one that is anxious or shy. A lot of people are anxious this time of the year, and some people stay anxious all the time. That can't change unless you change it. Love, Santa.
I love what you said to Samantha. Good ideas, good advice. Well, we have one last letter from Giuseppe in Italy, and he writes, I don't have enough money to give the gifts that I want to give at Christmas time because I lost my job. I'm troubled and anxious because I don't want to disappoint anyone. What would you say to Giuseppe?
This this actually happens to a lot of people for many reasons right around
Hmm.
this time of the year.
Hmm.
Of course, they feel sad and disappointed in themselves, even though it's not their fault. They just can't help it.
Hmm.
Every Christmas Eve, I fly to fancy mansions and little shacks all over the world. The people I see having the best times are not the ones with the most gifts, but the ones who show the most kindness and affection to one another.
Hmm.
People forget that hugs are like magic too, you know?
Hmm.
The heart of the matter is the heart.
Hmm.
Love is the spirit of Christmas.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you, Santa, for answering those letters. I think that's wonderful what you had to say. And I'm out of hot chocolate.
Well, I'll get us some more.
Ooh, thank you, Santa.
You're welcome.
All right.
Merry Christmas to all.
So, people need to take a risk and reach out to each other. The risk, the real risk, is not connecting. You can be anxious and strong all at the same time. Take a step and reach out even though you are anxious. And remember that your heart and the love that you give are more than enough of a gift. Well, guys, I want to thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Um, this has been a joy to be with you tonight. And I think everyone has a little Santa inside of them. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas, and I'm wishing everyone a Happy New Year in 2024. We'll be talking soon about goals for the year and how to work with yourself on your goals. So, but if in the meantime, if you haven't already, please join Escape Social Anxiety on Facebook. We love you, and we look forward to seeing you real soon.